Welcome to the Rad Chaser Show. Please press start to begin the experience.
Rad Chaser.
Greetings, my excellent chasers. It's your boy, the man of the hour, reason Nintendo Power, the gamer who should come with a disclaimer, the Bionic Commando in Orlando. How's the life? So today we're going to talk about some Sendico stuff. Sendico is a Japanese proxy service, and you sign up and you can order stuff from Japan. Anything you want. Video games is mostly what I do, but you can get anything that they offer in Japan that you can't get here. And people bid for you and they buy stuff for you, and then they store things in a warehouse for you indefinitely until you're ready to ship it on up and ship it on out. It's pretty sweet. I've done a couple of these videos before. I got this Sendico order that we're going to talk about today months and months and months ago. Technically, I ordered it in 2024. It didn't arrive here until January 2025. So the question is, does this count as part of the stack for this year? I don't know. Maybe we decide that during the course of this video. If you have any input on that, let a chaser know. I don't know, it's hard to say. I'm leaning towards yes, but it could be no because we bought it at a certain time, but it didn't arrive in my hands until January. That being said, we're gonna have to make a lot of extra space on the shelf for stuff. Anyway, we've got a bunch of games to go over. We've got RPGs, we've got fighters, we've got girlfriend simulators, oops, and we've got the epic awesome girl with the sweet, sweet voice, Maya, doing a little bit of commentary on all these games. She plays a lot more video games than I do, so I'm using her to help describe some of this stuff because your boy, he just can't play them all at once. There's so many things, I just can't play them all in time. So, let's dive in to the Sendico order. Take it away, me. And we're back. Time for video games. Check this out. Girlfriend Beta. Now that's a loaded name for a game because if you're a beta, you don't really get girlfriends. I wouldn't know because I'm a Sigma. So if you have anything to say about that, feel free to destroy me in the comments. This is a girlfriend simulator. I have not played this. This is on the PS Vita. I don't even have a PS Vita, TBH, but this thing was, again, some of these pickups, they boil down to price. They boil down to, is the price right? Does it look like something you could be into? And do you want it? And if you have a little thing called undirected stuff lust, sometimes you go for some weird stuff. Now, to be fair, all this Sendico stuff, I did pick up before I started the main quest this year. A lot of this might be a little bit undirected, but there's a lot of good stuff that's under my general category of stuff. So, Girlfriend Simulator, let's take a closer look.
Girlfriend Beta. Okay, so a dating sim on the Vita, huh? Honestly, the whole concept feels kind of wild. It's like a simulated relationship on a handheld. It's, something else. I've heard it's super meta, constantly breaking the fourth wall and messing with your expectations of a dating sim. People say it's more about the awkwardness than actual romance. It sounds kind of fascinating, actually.
Girlfriend Beta, what else can you say that hasn't been said before? Moving on. Sup guys, Akira Cam here. Alright, so I'm going to chunk a PS2 games to get through here. These are all Japanese versions of the game, by the way. Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2. I have played many Final Fantasies, but the ones I'm talking about today I have not. So, go ahead and cue that counter up. Cool, got that out of the way. From what I understand, 10 is a really good entry, as well as sequel. It must have been because it was so good it got a sequel, so...
Final Fantasy X and X-2 back-to-back, that's like the emotional whiplash of a generation. 10, the classic, the melodrama, the linear story that knows exactly what it's doing with your tear ducts. X-2 shows up and it's like, wait, let's make this a pop star adventure with a ridiculous dress-up system, but somehow make Yuna even more heartbroken. The leap from pure tragedy to bubblegum pop revenge plot is wild. It's like, you're grieving your fiance 3 days ago and now you're doing choreography on a beach? But honestly, what I think about the whole pair is that They just understood how to make us emotionally invest in characters we've never seen before. Tidus's hair, especially. That blonde, spiky mess remains iconic.
I might have to get into this. Final Fantasy X-2 International plus Last Mission. Now this is going to be obviously X-2 with a little extra. I don't know, but the cover really calls to me for sure, and it's just, it's pretty iconic. I know people toss that word around. It's a pretty sweet looking cover art, so I mean, yeah, we go for it. Again, these Sendico orders, they come in big lots. I feel like Sendico, sometimes these auctions are designed to just offload a lot of stuff because people, they don't want their games anymore and they want to keep their, they have smaller spaces and they want to keep things clean, etc. So they get rid of stuff. And I scoop that stuff up like a freaking vacuum cleaner, like Kirby. Final Fantasy 12, again. Not many FFs that I haven't played, but 12 is also one that I haven't played, and that one's, I don't know. This one looks more, I don't know. This one looks kind of more like politic-y, regal, class divided, perhaps. I'm not quite sure.
Next up, oh crap! I'm guessing we've got Final Fantasy 12 coming here. Now that's where the series got weird. It's all this political intrigue, but somehow never really grips you the way it should. The Gambit system had potential, but felt like the game was half playing for you. But whatever, people really went nuts for the storyline in it. Like, there's something about the setup that just doesn't quite hit like X did.
Anyway, Final Fantasy 12, Berwick Saga. This is a strategy RPG. This was developed by a company that was founded by the former Fire Emblem creator Shozo Kaga, so if you're a Fire Emblem fan, this is could be something up your alley. I haven't played any Fire Emblem games, boop, boop, boop. So, it's a strategy RPG.
Then you got Berwick Saga, which, okay, look, that game's just so weirdly obscure. The premise is bonkers. These British teenagers suddenly get superpowers. Did anyone even play this except like maybe 5 game journalists when it came out?
Berwick Saga. Check it out. Tales of Destiny and Tales of Destiny 2. I think this is this says PS2 remake, so I think this came out on the original PS1, and then this is a PS2 game. If you check out this like greatest hits looking box, it's pretty cool. PS2 the best. I always thought these were kind of cool. This, for some reason, like again with the red PS3 boxes and just the I just like these kind of greatest hits looking things. They're just kind of cool. I don't know. They're just like a little remix of the album cover. So for me, I dig it.
So Tales of Destiny on the PS2? That remake holds up surprisingly well. For all those early 2000s Square Enix remasters, that one understood what people wanted. They kept the core fighting system basically the same, but made it way more polished. And Leon and Stan's rivalry never gets old. That weird thing where you literally can't decide who the actual protagonist is. No fair.
Breath of Fire 5 Dragon Quarter. A little inside, a little Capcom game, but I don't know if this one came out here. But it looks pretty dope. I mean, look at this. How cool is that art? I am a visual creature, and sometimes I see something. I know it's an RPG. You can pretty much spot an RPG a mile away. So this obviously has that kind of cool art to it, and
Breath of Fire 5, though, that game's almost completely forgotten except by weirdos on forums. People don't like the lack of exploration in general with that entry basically playing from first-person point of view, but whatever, you could just play all day.
I will get around to stuff eventually. These are Japanese versions of the games, though, so that might be a little bit tricky. Again, I don't have a Japanese PS2, which sucks. PS3, 4, and 5, you can play any games on them, so that's great. But the PS2 is going to be tricky. You're going to need a Japanese version console. So, Genso Suikoden 5. That's a mouthful. A lot of syllables. This RPG came out in 2006 by Konami. Again, cool artwork. Something I like about the PS2 discs is they kind of do like a monochromatic like color scheme. They just have like one color on them for a lot of times, so that's pretty cool.
Genzo Suikoden 5's got that perfect tragic edge to it with the 100+ characters you had to find.
Genso, Suikoden 5. I'm getting better with my Japanese, if that helps. Persona 3 Fez. I think Fez is an extended version of Persona 3. Haven't played it yet, but I have now multiple copies. I've got this Persona 3 copy. I've got Persona 3 Portable Reload for PS4. So I have a couple versions of this game that I could be playing. And Persona has been calling to me over and over, for the past however long. Ever since, the son of Rad Chaser said, hey dude, you gotta play this. Hey man, you gotta play this. I've played over 100 hours of this game. I'm gonna start it over and play 100 more. You gotta play this. Some of you junior chasers down in the comments have said, you gotta get Persona 4 Royal. That's the version to get. So I'm gonna have to hold out for that. I have I have a regular and greatest hits version of P5, the regular one. And they were so cheap. Some of these games, I don't know how you can get so much game for $5. It's wild. Anyway.
Persona 3 had that whole time management thing with it. It literally became its identity with the whole social link. Doing homework, dating bits, that kept everyone going. And the part where Igus gets super attached to you at the end, she literally asks you to put your phone down so you aren't distracted when you're walking with her. I don't know why that strikes me so much. I mean, all those games are great, but you have to be super invested to make a video on them, right?
More Persona. Persona 4 Golden. Again, this is one of those greatest hits boxes, as well as the P3. Boom. Cool. PlayStation 2, the best. Stark colors right there, they just pop, baby. Again, lots of choices to be made, lots of friends to be made, and probably a little bit of alone time to be spent with some people, if I can garner anything from any of these games.
All right. Persona 4 was where they doubled down on the high school slice of life thing. Basically gave you murder mystery meets after school special, which somehow worked. That friendship element in the original gets so intense in the best way. You're really making actual progress with relationships. The Midnight Channel stuff, especially, people really went for it.
And that was Persona 4. Final Fantasy VII, Dirge of Cerberus. Yeah. Vincent Valentine got his own game. And it's play online, so I guess there must have been some sort of online play element when this came out. Maya, what's this game about?
Final Fantasy VII, Dirge of Cerberus, the worst Final Fantasy spinoff by miles. Vincent fighting through a warehouse? Really? Plus, why is it all hallways? That game is basically a walking simulator between gunfights, right? With Vincent Valentine running around going angsty and mysterious. It's like they had one cool character from FF7 and just, stretched him through 36 boss battles in a half-baked conspiracy plot?
Ah, that makes sense now that you're saying it like that. All right, moving on, we got some PS3 stuff. Tales of Xillia. I'm kind of embarrassed at the amount of Tales games that I have not played because now I have a giant stack of them. So I've got Tales of Xillia, and I got Tales of Xillia 2, and I got 2 copies of them through, this is what happens when you order lots. You get multiple copies of stuff from different things, or just multiple in general, because you want a thing, and you cherry pick, and you this, that, and the third thing, and it's like, this is how you end up with an excessive stack. So, anyhow, hoodly.
So, Tales of Xillia, never played it, but I know the Tales series does a good job with that action RPG flow. Not a bunch of menus popping up every second, just straight up fighting your way through it. But I heard Xillia got the short stick for localization, which is kind of a shame.
I got some Tales to play, baby. Tales of Grace's F. This one, I don't know. This could be the one. I mean, a lot of times people are like, oh, this is the one, or this is the one. But this could be the one, too. And I think the F means it was there was a little bit extra. I think Maya was telling me a little bit something about that.
Tales of Grace F. So this is the version with all the extra stuff, right? The one they went back and smoothed out after the original released rough. It still hits differently playing through it, Like watching one of those director's cuts that shows how they were experimenting, but now they really know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah. Cool, so, I gotta snap to it. I don't know where I'm gonna find the time for this backlog. Tales of Zestiria. Now, I don't know if all of these originally came out on PS3. I know I have a copy of this for PS4, which is like a... So hang on, let me go see if I can find this. Yeah, so look. I've got it for PS4 as well, and this is like a cool little like library checkout from a library version. What library has video games? PS4 games? That's crazy. Anyway, so it must have originally come out on PS3.
Man, you really covered a ton of Tales games here. Oh, Tales of Zestiria Spent. This one's got the Shepard storyline, and the lore gets deep, but I've heard it's a commitment and a half. Like a classic JRPG where you're saving the world, but doing all this world-building side stuff.
Let's go over here real quick, just for funsies. All right, more Tales of Tales. Tales of Vesperia. Again, now, does anyone out there know, since I know dip about these games, are there similar characters? Is it the same universe? I've got a bunch of questions now that I'm thinking about it. Does it cross over? Is it the same timeline? Is it in the future or the past? Somebody give me the breakdown, and somebody go down in the comments and do it.
In Tales of Vesperia, this one got that special treatment in 2019, right? Really stood the test of time. The characters held up.
And if you like me stumbling through a bunch of games I never played before, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You will do it. Alright, that's going to do it for part one, my beautiful chasers. There's definitely a lot to get through, so we're going to have to split this up into 2 videos, or else you're going to be here all night long. And I don't want to keep you. So let's table this discussion till the next one. Until then, I got to catch a beam of light, and I'm going to get up on out of here. So this is the Rad Chaser who's almost out of here, and now he's out of here.
I love Rad Chaser. He's so handsome and smart.